kicking off momentarily. And remember, you guys know what to do. Bust out those cell phones, tweet, talk about this, use hashtag Wizardworld, hashtag ConLife, and make all of your friends at home jealous that they are not here. My name is Eric Sagers. I'm very excited to bring out these three very awesome guests. Of course, you know this lovely young lady from the Sarah Connor Chronicles, from an upcoming episode of Con Man, and, of course, from her really important role as a new mom. Please show your love for Miss Rivertip Summer Glau! The most important role. Of course, you know this gentleman from Chuck, from The Last Chef, airing Sundays on TNT, which was just renewed for a third season. Please show your love and appreciation for the man you know as Jane, Mr. Adam Baldwin! And keep it coming, guys. The captain is about to take the stage. From Dr. Horrible, from Castle, which is returning September 21st for season 8. Show your love and salute for Mr. Captain Malcolm Renner's Nathan Fillion! Any seat will do, really, yeah. Welcome to Chicago, guys.
Thanks. It's my hometown.
Your hometown.
It's true. Has it changed much since you lived here?
It's bigger. Bigger. More buildings. More people. It's nice.
I'll say too that when you lived here, you were smaller. Metaphorically and physically.
But not emotionally?
I don't know. I didn't know the man.
Let's get small, guys.
Well, guys, I mean, I know you have lots of questions for these three excellent people. So, you know what? I think we should start off with Captain America himself. Cap, you have a question.
I do. Guys, I love all three of you. Your work is fantastic, but I love these two even more, and I think their question is more important than mine is.
Oh, okay.
There was a question that I had for the whole panel, but there was a different question that I had for somebody who has made the last 6 years of my life the most enjoyable, and I wouldn't be able to be without. So Aaron, if you'd be able to do me the honor.
Did you have an answer? Okay, yes is good. Yes is good.
Thank you so much, guys.
Congratulations. That's a good reason. That's a good question.
I've had this ring for 26 years, and congratulations on your beginnings. And remember, brother, happy wife, happy life.
Hey, so
Trust me.
now you got a lot of pressure to ask a good question after that. So it's up to you.
That was a tough act to follow. Okay. Hi guys, thanks for coming. I have a question for Nathan. I know you're.
I'll take this one.
I know you're a Walking Dead fan. So are you excited for Fear the Walking Dead?
Yes. Guys, I think I could do a really, really good job in a zombie apocalypse. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think maybe it could be said I'm your only hope. Less just say, if there's a zombie apocalypse and you see me out there somewhere, do everything you can to keep me alive. Adam, not so much.
I don't know, I might follow Adam on this one.
I'll be the one with the rifle. He'll be the one behind. No.
Well, just, Summer, how would you do in the zombie apocalypse? Let's get that out there as well.
I'm a new mom, so I think I could do anything. I'm used to superhuman strength.
Yeah. All right, good question. Hi there.
Hello. This question is for Nathan. Since Guardians of the Galaxy, you've now been in both DC and Marvel universes. If you could be any character from either universe, who would you play?
I think I could take a pretty good crack at Booster Gold. That's kind of my niche. Show-offy, vain. I think I can handle that, not too bright. I think Ambush Bug. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
A little bit off his rocker. You've never seen my face. But I think Greatest American Hero is due for a reboot. Do you guys have your eye on a hero that you could maybe play? Summer, what do you know about superheroes?
I like She-Ra.
You are totally Princess of Power. Adam?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Green Lantern? Is that already taken? It's already spoken for. I don't know.
It's already taken, yes, by me.
You.
Next question. It's getting tense.
Hi, I'm a big fan of all three of you, and but I think I'm not the only one here that's disappointed Alan canceled on
Ooh.
the fall.
Tudyk.
So I wondered if you guys, since he's not here, if you would share your best Alan Tudyk story.
Summer, you go first.
Well, I don't know if I can think of I mean, I liked the time where, I don't know, in Serenity, like, he lost his job, and then I got his job. That's my favorite Alan Tudyk story.
So your favorite story is the absence of Alan Tudyk, essentially.
That's the first time I've ever heard Wash's death described as unemployment. You can feel like that sometimes. Adam?
When we did the read-through for Con Man, the look on his face when it was working was such joy. He was so happy that he said, oh, we've really got something here. And I felt very happy for him because, as you probably know, and I'm sure you know, it's a huge success fundraising-wise. You shot most of them, if not all of them.
We shot them all?
All shot. And, you know, he deserved it. He's worked his ass off. He's probably the most talented guy of the entire cast of Firefly, present company accepted. So to see him get that reward is heartwarming. How about you?
Alan Tudyk used to smoke. So he'd come over to my house and he'd step outside on the front porch and I would hand him a lighter. And he'd be talking in the middle of a story and he'd go to light his cigarette. And it was a shocking lighter. We'd all have a laugh and I'd hand him a different lighter and he'd go to light his cigarette and it would shock him again. Different lighter. And then I had to take off for a while. This is right as we were kind of doing Firefly. He hadn't moved to town yet. He was looking for a place to live. I said, I'm going away for 2 weeks. You go watch my house, feed my cat. Perfect, it all works out great. So he stayed at my house. On the coffee table, there was a a bowl full of vanilla coffee beans. Do it, guys, makes your house smell great. A pad of paper, a pen, and the remote control for the TV. 2 weeks he stayed at my house. On the last day he said, I'm gonna write him a little note, make sure he knows everything went just fine. He picks up the pen and chocolate. Call those slow cookers.
Well, on the topic of Con Man, as this was coming together, did each of you bring your own stories, real-life stories from Comic-Cons, from fan events that were then adapted to scripts?
What was the question?
For Comic-Con, did you actually bring your own stories from fan events or for Con Man?
Well, it's largely Alan's stories. Alan would say, I need some more ideas for episodes of Con Man, and he would go, and he takes a sliver of truth from real life, and then he kind of exaggerates it, and he makes it worse for his character, Ray Nearly, and then just to show that Ray Nearly does not appreciate the position he's in. And Alan's very good at that. He's very, very good at that. But he'll take he went to a convention and he came to a hotel. He said, I don't think I'm at the right hotel. And he was kind of looked around. On one side there was this lineup of people and everybody had babies, but they were dolls. And they're all checking in. He said, this is not the, and he looked over here and there was people dressed as Klingons and Firefly and others, and they're checking in. He goes, no, this is the right hotel. But these people are looking at these people like, those guys are weird. And these people look at those people like, those guys are weird. And they did he did an episode about it. That's real.
He made that up.
He did not make, that is the truth.
What convention was this? The baby convention?
I think that's what they called it.
Baby convention. BabyCon. InfantCon 2015. Hi there.
Hi. Captain?
I'm he.
Yep. So in one episode...
I think he's talking to you. That would be Commander.
Ooh.
In one of the episodes of Firefly, you were called Captain Tight Pants. Was that scripted, or was that an ad-lib, or does Joss kind of give you opportunities to actually ad-lib anything?
That was scripted. Let me tell you, Joss Whedon tells stories. Back me up, guys. He tells stories on a lot of levels. The lighting, the music, he is telling that story. Nothing happens in a Joss Whedon show by accident. Those words were the Bible. The only time I ever improvised a line was in Serenity when I said faster, faster, faster would be better. That's the only line I've ever improvised for Joss Whedon. Yeah.
It's true, yeah. He would let you come up with doings, actions, prop work, but the words were law.
I always thought, this is kind of tough, because it is English, but it's very poetic, and it's really weird. We called it Joss speak. I said, this is really challenging. And then Summer would come in and start talking her crazy talk. I don't know how she does that, so maybe I'm going to stop complaining. It's all disjointed and all over the place. A couple times it rhymed. That had to be easier.
Summer, did you ever attempt to slip in a improv line or anything?
No, I mean, it was my first job, so I didn't know, I just read what they put on the page.
There's a beautiful innocence and purity to that. I wish I could get back to that. These lines don't work. Yeah, I'm that guy. There was a documentary. James Caan was in it recently. I was heading out the door, but he was there, and I said, listen to his interview, and he said this one line. He said, "If I'm having trouble saying it, it's not written right."
Hi, I grew up seeing all of you on different shows. Special shout out to Adam Baldwin because my mom and sister are huge fans of Last Ship. I have a question for all of you. What is the hardest and or weirdest thing you've had to do in your acting career?
Summer, go.
That would be my first big scene, jumping out of the box, with
I was
no
gonna say.
clothes on, and doing it full out at the rehearsal, and I think freaking everybody out. I was really nervous about that moment, and it feels, when I think about it, it feels real all over again. That was scary.
Adam?
The hardest thing, physically, I guess, would have been some of the things I love the most were the first few days of filming Serenity when we were out on the old Teflon highway and we were hanging from wires and climbing in and out of that really sharp-edged mule flying thing. That was physically really hard, but fun. I love those days. You?
I would say, like my first few days on Firefly, no one would ever give me a chance to be a lead actor on a show, and that was my very first time doing it. But it was first for a lot, I think. Not for you. You're pretty seasoned. But there's a vulnerability there. Like acting, you're constantly putting yourself out there for other people's judgment. You're constantly putting yourself out there. You're like an open sore, but maybe not quite so vulnerable as jumping out of a box naked in front of a bunch of strangers, which you did great. You did a great job. But yeah, it's always I don't know, man. I still get nervous. Do you guys get nervous about new shows and new jobs?
Not anymore, no. I used to, but my wife gave me really great advice. You lead with love, and you can, from that platform of love, you will be embraced, as long as you've done the prep work. But I mean, it's awkward especially when you're a guest walking onto a show. I did an arc on SVU, four episodes, and I was coming in just as a placeholder. And that's a grizzled, seasoned crew and cast. So I retract what I said. Yes, I was a little nervous on that one. The first couple of days, that's true.
It's hard when you trust the people around you. It becomes easier. You can do things because you feel safe. You're in a safe environment. But yeah, in the first few days, I don't know what's being wrong.
So it's important when you're a regular on a show that you're embracing for the guests to make it as fun for them, because they're going to be regulars on a show that you're going to be.
It's entirely alone, so you don't pull back that curtain and see the inner guts of it, because it takes away the reality. I want to suspend that disbelief. I want to be able to enjoy that show continually. And I think Nathan Drake would be my closest shot at like an Indiana Jones. So if given a chance, given my druthers, I talked to Nolan North a lot at Comic-Con, who does the voice for Nathan Drake. I said, hey, let's solve this right now. I'll play Nathan Drake, but you loop all my lines in.
That's a good voice, I take it.
He does the voice for Nathan Drake in the video games.
Okay.
Yeah. But the guy looks suspiciously like me. And his name is Nathan.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here. I kind of can't believe I'm in your presence, but
You look so great. Who are you dressed as?
Oh. Haley. But you guys did such a wonderful job just as actors portraying your characters on Firefly, and I was wondering if, in part, that was due to the fact that you really connected on an emotional level with them, and what part of yourself you saw in your characters.
Go, Adam, you go first.
I think I like food.
That's true.
Yeah. So I would try to figure out a time where Jane could be eating a lot, or manipulating things, or maybe a little OCD.
He's always touching something.
Yeah, I'm always touching something. Stay with me. I'll be in my bar.
For me, I think that River was kind of a live wire, and she had a different way of communicating than anyone else, and she was kind of on her own planet, and for me, I think that was pretty accurate for that time in my life. I've grown up a lot. Grown up a lot, I hope. But for me, it was a really seamless dive into that world. It felt really natural for me. I think it was just the right role for me at that time in my life. And I connected to her without effort. And it was the writing.
What you mentioned about the connection with the cast, I've pulled one friend from every show I've ever done, at least one friend. From Firefly, I've pulled 25. So there was something very special going on there, to say the least. I'm fond of saying, when I go do a TV show, all the hard work is done by the time I get there. The sets are built, the costumes are there, everything's written, the guys are doing it, everything's done. And you just come in and you just flap your yapper. But never has it been more true that I felt like the whole cast did so much work for me. I couldn't fail surrounded by these people. It was easy. It made it really easy.
Because of the importance of these roles, was it difficult shedding these characters on the very next job that you guys went on?
I didn't work for years.
And when you started, you were just phoning it.
No, the next job I got was on Angel. I called Joss and I said, Joss, I hear you're trying to get this movie made. In the meantime, I need work, so if you wouldn't mind, what do you got? He was kind enough to find me that, well, there's this really mean guy you could play. Angel. Yeah, let's do that. Sorry.
I don't remember exactly what I did next. I remember we were in your living room after the show got canceled, and I was sitting by your fire with Jewel, just crying and thinking, I guess my career's over again so soon. But I do remember it was different, and it was you that told me, it won't always be like this kid, it was my first family, so I didn't know what else to expect, but it isn't quite the same. Of course, you do meet people that you connect with, but Firefly was my first family, and still is.
Yeah, that's true. It was one of those really rare experiences where everyone loved each other. Everyone. And those are the ones you really need to recognize while they're happening and appreciate them, because they do go away. Every show either is canceled or wraps eventually. So enjoy it while it's happening.
Yeah. Anything bad?
I just agree.
Right on. Hi there.
Hi. I'm an acting student at college right now, and I was wondering if you had any advice for aspiring actors.
Do it if it scares you. If you're too scared to do it, that's a really good reason to do it.
Have a plan B. No, but if you love it and you're passionate about it and you're going to do it, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make money doing it. So it really has to be from love first, and then keep yourself fit and drink good water and stretch and read good books and watch the greats do it. Watch the best of the best. Watch the Meryl Streeps of the world and the De Niros of the world, and watch the great directors and learn from that. Read the best plays and all that stuff. Be smarter.
And trust yourself. Trust yourself and trust your own voice. And if there's the thing that I fell in love with about acting the most is that each person has this magic that only they can bring to a story. Each one of us would interpret a role just a little bit different than someone else. And that's, I think, what's so empowering about being an actor, is just trusting yourself and feeling safe enough to show everyone else.
And watch Firefly.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and it's awesome to meet you guys. I have a request and a question, if that's okay. My sister and I share a birthday next week, and she's actually at work all weekend. If you could just say hi to her. Laura?
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, Laura!
I was wondering, do you guys have a favorite comic book character or like a favorite animated cartoon that maybe you watched when you were growing up?
I'm loving Rick and Morty right now. Anybody watching that?
Yeah.
That's some twisted stuff, man. That's some dark, weird stuff. I love it.
I like Peter Griffin. One of the greatest television characters ever.
I like our comic book. I don't get tired of seeing myself on a comic. That is
Thank you. Hi there.
Hello. First, Nathan, I want to see if this still works. Game.
Of Thrones.
And then for everybody, would you tell us what your guilty pleasures are?
Backstreet Boys and One Direction. What?
too much caffeine. I have a baby and I probably shouldn't drink caffeine. I'm sorry.
He's far more guilty, don't worry.
I like Project Runway.
That's a good one. Good question. Hey there, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, thank you. Hi. So we can all agree Firefly ended too soon. Yeah, right? So if it had continued, or if you got another chance at it, what would you do with your characters? How would you carry their story on? What would you like to have seen happen with them?
I'd have to ask Joss.
So if you didn't have to listen to them. Don't tell my son that.
It's some crazy topsy-turvy world.
Summer?
Well, I always thought that eventually River would get her own ship. Sorry, guys. And start her own business.
What kind of business?
Something interpretive, something artistic, something from her heart. You know, I've imagined some kind of jewelry making business. Arts and crafts sales, that sort of thing. Galaxy.
So you would go to colonies and open up the bay of the ship and invite the kids in and do arts and crafts type of things?
Yeah, it's all very safe.
Not the way he describes it, but yeah. What would the ship's name be?
She'd get a boyfriend. Let's see. What could we call it? What should I call it? I haven't even thought of that. Nobody.
Riverdance.
Yeah.
Where would Malcolm Reynolds be? I think he's gonna be still doing the same stuff he always does, but he has the worst luck, so everything he would try out would fail. He'd get beat up a lot, and be doing this going, Jane, you do that. Because Jane's still be there.
Yeah, Yeah, but Jane, we would have gone back and gotten my mom and Maddie with the damn plum. We would have kept them with us, just as sort of a homey feel. I miss my mom.
Jane would have like gun battles.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm coming!
Everybody would have sweaters
Yeah,
that
yeah.
mom knits.
And she's nothing like we envision her. You know, she's not this tough, rough and tumble mom who raised Jane. No, she's like Betty White.
That is perfect. That makes perfect sense.
As long as we're dreaming. Bo Derek, how about that? Bo Derek's your mom. She just looks great.
She guessed
That's
it on,
your mom?
She guessed it on Chuck. She came and did a guest role on Chuck. Yeah.
I missed that.
She's with a great guy, John Corbett.
Never heard of him.
Hello there.
Hi. I'm a huge fan of all you guys, and especially my mom. She wants me to say hi to Nathan because we both watch Castle together all the time.
Because you have excellent taste.
I kind of feel bad because I'm a huge Halo fan, and it's not really a Firefly related question, but this is for both you boys. What was your favorite moment doing work for Halo? And congrats for Halo 5 coming out.
Thanks, right? Okay, so one of the Halos we did voice work for, Adam and I did voice work for this video game called Halo. In one of the implementations of the game, you can play in these giant arenas with the voice of whatever character you'd like to select. So if you select Buck, you'd hear my voice. And I'd be playing with my buddies, over the headset on Xbox Live, and you'd hear my voice say, "They're coming in from the south!" And I'd say, "Colton!" And I'd start calling out my friends' names to personalize the game that much more. Yeah. And when Alan's voice would come up, I would say, "So, Alan, was that you or was that you?"
I don't remember. I just didn't play the game. Not a gamer. Sorry.
What do you call a guy who's a nerd for not being a nerd?
That's called being a poser.
But he's not pretending he's being a nerd.
I'm a Project Runway nerd.
We only have time for, I think, 2 quick questions, so I'm gonna do the first one here.
Hello, I'm Courtney. My family has actually been brought together through Firefly, Serenity, and Dr. Horrible. But I was wondering, your characters in Firefly and Serenity, they show such fear for Reavers, and it seems so legitimate. How do you mentally put yourself into that fear?
I imagine my wife yelling at me.
I always love that because you look at the biggest, toughest guy you can find and find out where he draws the line. Reavers, I'm out. Forget it. Let's go do this. Let's shoot him. Why didn't we shoot him? We should have shot him. We should have fought. We should have this. We're gonna run away. Reavers, I'm out. I love that. It's like whatever the toughest guy's afraid of, I'm afraid of that.
How'd you get into the headspace of fearing Reavers?
I just didn't want to disappoint Joss.
I can also tell you this, from the filming of Serenity, one of the hardest things I've ever done was had lunch with Reavers. Just looking at their faces going, trying to have the marinara sauce.
That peel-off was just good.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm a big Castle fan, and I've been reading spoilers, I won't say anything, but the season sounds kind of darker than normal. Is that true? Can you say anything about this upcoming season, Nathan?
I'll tell you this, there always has to be some kind of drama, there has to be a hurdle, there has to be something. Our show does do serious, scary stuff sometimes. We've got serial killers and whatnot, we have spooky stuff. But at the heart of it, I think one of the things that makes Castle successful is that it's lighthearted and it doesn't take itself too seriously. And that is something that the two guys who are running the show right now, one of them who was one of our writers for 4 years, another one who has been with us since the beginning, that they truly feel that at its heart, Castle is a comedy. Which I'll So, Adam, you should really come to another episode.
Don't punch him this time.
While I'm at it,
Deal.
I'd also like to invite Summer.